On May 14th, 1986, in the late morning heat of Singapore, two primary six boys set out for an ordinary school day and simply never arrived. No screaming, no witnesses who could say for sure what even happened. Just a silence that has lasted almost 40 years now. Their names were Kei Chin An and To Hung Huat. Both were 12. Both were students at Owen Primary School, which stood near the junction of Owen Road and Oxford Road in central Singapore. Chin An was the youngest of three children and the only son in his family. His parents, coffee powder seller Kei Cheng Pan and housewife Tae Mi Na, doted on. Teachers described him as playful but well behaved. Hang Huat was born in Malaysia and living in Singapore with his mother, Tan Guat Ban. He was a top student in mathematics, ranking first in his class, and was known as quiet, timid, and very attached to his mother. Singapore in the mid 1980s was already considered a safe city. Parents let children walk to school, kids played freely in the void decks beneath their apartment blocks, and abductions were rare. That sense of safety is part of what makes this case so chilling. On the day they vanished, both boys were scheduled for the afternoon session of school, with class beginning at 12:55 p.m. Late that morning, Chin An arrived at Owen Primary by school bus, and at some point before the class, he spoke to a classmate, Wang Py, and asked Py to watch his school bag while he went out to nearby shops just outside the school grounds. Py agreed. He later left his own bag and Chin An's bag on a bench at the school tuck stop, assuming his friend would be back at any minute to pick it up. That never happened, and the bag was never claimed. Meanwhile, about 500 meters away from the school, Hong Huat was at home with his mother. Normally, she walked him to school because he disliked going anywhere alone. However, that day he insisted on walking by himself, saying he would meet a friend along the way. His mother thought it was strange, but she assumed he meant Chen An, and she let him go. That would be the last time that she ever saw her son alive. Sometime between that short walk from home to school and the start of class, both boys disappeared. When the bell rang for lessons at 12:55 p.m., Pee-wei noticed that Chen An had still not returned. He then told the teacher. The teacher checked the class list and realized that both Chen An and Hang Huat were missing. At first, teachers thought it might be the boys playing truant, even though they were good students and had no history of skipping school ever. But as the afternoon passed with no sign of them, concern turned into alarm. By that evening, the school had contacted both families. Why didn't they contact them right away?